Good morning, dear students. How are you? I am also fine, by the grace of Almighty Allah. We are passing very difficult times. So, in these difficult times, our life is not stayed. Our life is continuous, and every activities will run several boundaries. In this case, we are not able to continue our real classroom situation. We are not able to perform our classroom teaching and learning process. In this case, we have to need arrange online class. I am Mr. Ansur Rahman, assistant teacher English, Folia High School, Ullapara, Sirazganj. Today, I would like to discuss with you about completing sentence. Completing sentence, it's also syllabus. It also the elements of the syllabus of secondary level. I mean 9 and 10. So I will discuss with you about completing sentence. It's firstly you have to know about the proper use and proper structure of tenses, and you have to need to learn properly vocabularies and parts of speech also, and you have to need to learn about the harmony of the meaning of the sentences or clauses, and more and more practicing help you to reach your desired goal. So dear students, remember my advices and be attentive in our English class on the completing sentence. Dear students, look at the board. Here several sentence part are given, and several places we are finding some blanks. We have to need fill up these blanks with the suitable with the suitable clauses and suitable meaningful clauses, and we have to need to follow the grammatical form, etc. Firstly, I would like to read this first sentence. He pretend as if. Dear students, do you know about the as if? What is as if? As if is conjunction. So if any sentence bears any as if, this time we follow the sentences in this way. Here is before of this position of as if, here is subject plus verb is present form. There is no any object, but his object is extension, etc. This function is present simple. Present simple tense, and we have to need the rest portion of the sentence or fill up with this in this way. Here is need subject plus verb is past form, object and extension. That's mean past simple. Okay? He pretends as if he subject. First we have to need subject. He were a mat. It's also object. It's also subject. It's also verb in turn into past form. The present form were is or are. The is or are is the present form of were, and were is the past form of is or are. Have you understand what I say? I think that you are better understand. Then second sentence, it is high time. In this place we find that high time. This high time is used in the sentence for emphasizing the meaning, or the emphasize the meaning. High time used in the sentences for emphasizing the meaning. So we have to need follow some grammatical rules. If any sentence bears high time, we have to need to follow some grammatical rules. It is high time. So after high time, we have to follow the grammatical rule such as past simple tense. I mean subject plus verb is turned into past form, object, then extension. in the before of the high time, the sentence part is past in present indefinite tense. It's also there is no any subject, but we see that it is subject, then verb is present form, then object, then extension. It also present simple, and it also past simple. It is high time to it is high time we, here is subject we sensed, CHANGED, we sensed our food habit. It's high time we sensed our food habit. Here is past form. First is subject, then verb is turned into past form, then object, then extension also. Then number C, walk slowly lest. Walk slowly lest. After lest we use subject. We use subject. Here is after lest we use subject, then should or would, then verb is past form, then object, then extension. Here is walk slowly. Here is use subject, but the given portion there is no any subject. This portion, though this portion is not focus any subject, but this place we observe that here is a silent subject you. So we have to need use this you in this place. You should. You should. Walk slowly. Subject we will use fall, fell, fall, past form, fall down. Very simple and very easy. Now, number D, you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed dash, you cannot succeed. This sentence is conditional sentence. How we will know about the conditional sentence? In the conditional sentence, we find a comma. Here is also comma. And this sentence is express any condition. So we have to need follow the rules of conditionals. We have to need to follow the rules of conditionals. Here is you cannot succeed. So here we will use here firstly if, then subject, then verb is present form, then object, then extension. That means present indefinite tense. That means present indefinite tense. So here we will use if, then subject you, if you. This portion is the positive, so this portion of course will turn into negative form. This portion is positive, you cannot succeed. No, sorry, this portion is negative form, so this portion of course turn into negative form. Okay, if you do not, as this portion is present indefinite tense, so if we form the negative form, negative sentences by the help of present indefinite tense, of course we have to need use do or does as auxiliary verbs. So here is subject is second person singular. In this place we have to need use do as auxiliary verb and added with not as a negative form. If you do not work hard, if you do not work hard, you cannot succeed. If you do not work hard, you cannot succeed. Very easy and very simple. If you practice more and more at your home, I think that of course you will be able to cut a good figures of marks in English, and I think that you will not be pretend in the exam hall. Dear students, be attentive on studies, otherwise you will be lag behind. Here is number E. It's also finishing and final number of this sentence. Had I seen you before. Had I seen you before. Here which tenses are followed to write down this part? Can anybody give me? This part is write down on the help of past perfect tense. It also past perfect tense. This part is past perfect. How this part is past perfect? Here is had and the main verb turn into past participle form. If any sentence bears had as the auxiliary verb and main verb turn into past participle form, of course we can say that this part is past perfect tense. And had I seen you before, and rest part of course turn into past indefinite. Rest part of course past indefinite, but here is not past indefinite. Here is perfect conditional. That's called a perfect conditional. Perfect conditional means subject plus should have or would have. Should have or would have, verb into past participle, then object, then extension. That's called perfect conditional. That's called perfect conditional. If any sentence bears would have, should have, this time we can say that this would have, should have is perfect conditional. So if you had I seen you before, here is subject I would have informed the matter. It's also very simple. So you will practice more and more at your home and connect with our online class if you want to benefit it. If you want to get a good figures of marks in English, of course you have to need connect with your English teachers, and of course you have to need conversation or maintain the conversation with your English teachers regularly. If you feel any difficulties, you will make me call by the mobile phone, or you will meet with me. And when our real classroom will run as usual, this time I will help you. Until then, Allah Hafiz, bye bye, see you again.